Hi, everybody. Okay, so my title, I'll get to that in a minute. There were two main storylines today, and there was a little bit of a third, but not much because there was nowhere to go with the third one. Okay, not really. Okay, so the third one, I'm gonna start not in order today. Was about Hope and Deacon. Now, I love to see the bond because you can tell they're father daughter, they really love each other. And I mean the actors. I mean, you can tell that Sean Kanan really cares about Annika Noel and vice versa, right? So they're just having a chit chat and talking about how everything is going. And she's saying, well, let's take a scorecard. My life, non existent. My job, non existent. My boyfriend left me, and my family situation not so hot. So he says, okay, I feel you on the job and the boyfriend. And Carter was stupid to leave you. But your family, I'm always here for you, kiddo, you know. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then, um, okay. So there was that. So that was nice. But then what's really weird is like I feel like some of my thoughts are getting into the soap operas because I've been saying a lot about Brooke and we didn't see Brooke today at all. So they really want a father daughter bond, right? Okay. Now on to the next storyline. Uh let's see. Liam is still in the hospital. The other Buckingham, Dr. Buckingham, he asked, well, she asked, how are you doing? And he said, the lights in the room don't bother me as much. And she says, okay, well, that means your pain is going away. And then he asked, when am I going to go home? And she said, well, we have to be really careful because of what happened. And then for the umpteenth time, he told somebody that, oh, I'm forgetting the best part. Sorry. Okay, so Bridget is now a doctor. Now, I don't know how long Bridget has been a doctor. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know who Bridget is now because I did the homework, but I didn't know she was a doctor. So now more people know Liam's in the hospital. Okay, I'm going to change my stance on one thing here because before Lamb's accident and everything, and how Bill was treating him and everything else, I was like, oh, I feel bad for Liam because his father is treating him like crap. And like, I feel so bad. Okay, well, I feel bad still, but it's like this much compared to how I felt before. Because Liam says to everybody, I don't want anybody to know. The only ones who know are Dr. Buckingham, Dr. Finn, and Steffi, and whoever. And now Bridget. But he says, I don't want anyone else knowing. So the whole thing about I wanted Bill to want to be there. He doesn't want Bill there. He doesn't want Hope there. Hope doesn't know. And the weird thing is, while Deacon and Hope are having the conversation, he says, well, now get this. This is his logic. He loves Liam as a son-in-law because he was the one who gave him a granddaughter. Ugh. Okay. So then Hope goes into the whole, yeah, I haven't heard from him. And I'm starting to get a little worried because he always calls and he hasn't called in a while. And I don't know. But I'm worried about him. Okay, so out of the blue. Oh, okay. Now, out of the blue, you're talking about your ex husband with your dad. But then all of a sudden, also, you start to worry about your ex husband. I'm supposed to believe that? Oh, come on. Okay, so the best piece of the pie today, the storyline, that's Luna versus Electra. And the tagline on top of that should be, who will get Will? I'm sorry his name isn't different, but go with me, okay? Okay, now, for biographical purposes only, Will Spencer is supposed to be in his 20s, right? Because which RJ is not a Spencer anyway, but anyway, um, RJ Forster was like 20 years old when he met Luna, right? Okay, so that means that Will and Luna are in the same age pool. And you're supposed to believe that Electra and Will are in the same age pool, which I still can't fathom because, oh God, goes back to writing again. It always does. But they're writing her. Hold on, I should do some research. I'll do the research later, and I'll include it in tomorrow's video. But I don't know how old Linnea Grace is in real life. Okay, but they're writing her like she's a child all the time. And I don't get it. And this is not the first person I've talked about like this. Okay? I talked about Aslan Lanier, the one who plays Summer, who I said at least 3 times on 3 different occasions, how old is she in real life? Because when she's acting, I don't even feel like she's 21. And then when she has a drink in her hand, I'm like, oh yeah, she's over 21. But she doesn't act like it. Okay, this is the same thing because when she talks to her boyfriend, Will, well, last time she was talking to her aunt, which is still cringe because she was talking to her aunt about whether or not she should go the distance with Will or whatever. Or, like, I'm not ready for it, but I hope he can wait. Okay, cringe. Number 2. When she's talking to him, she's like, I love you, don't you? And always. I'm like, girl, just wow. Oh man. Okay. So then he says, I love you. I love you. And I want to show you how special you are. Okay. So he's putting out there what he wants. And if she's not willing to give it to him, then break up with him. And I am the most hopeless romantic on the planet, but I cannot do this. You love me, don't you? You know I love you, don't you? I can't do it. How old are you? 21 or 12? And then Luna on the other side, with the assistance of Sheila, goes, first of all, which this part was kind of cool, okay? But they had the same laugh again. I don't know, it's cool to watch. I mean, it's kind of like if you don't know what you're watching, it's kind of scary because you think you're watching like one of those movies, like not exactly a horror movie, but with like a witch thing where they cackle a certain way, you know. But anyway, in this context, it's kind of funny. And so anyway, she's talking about how she doesn't want to let go of Will, and she's gonna win him over no matter what, whatever, right? So then she goes into dreamland or whatever, and uh, she's she they took a scene from the other episode where she was in the costume because she's pretending to be the delivery guy, right? Only it's her with a mustache and whatever. Okay, I covered that. The next piece of it is she she dreams or fantasizes or whatever, then she's in her underwear, the purple underwear thing, and then she says, "What are you gonna do about it?" So they start making out, and I mean making out. And then he rips clothes off, and they rip clothes off, and then I don't know, they come to. She comes to. But okay, we see how this is going. So then here's the thing. They're going to do the trope that I don't like because I've seen it done a million times. The love triangle. At least they're not related, thank God. But it's going to be Luna versus Electra, who's going to win Will's heart. Or will he, because I'm not going to say that again. Will he wait for Electra? Okay. I'd say no. As I saw the scenes, I'm like, okay, I give this boy, man, 6 months, and he's going to be like, I can't, I quit. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Good luck. Whatever. And also, another layer of it is if she's like teasing him, I mean, Luna. If Luna is teasing Will's not going to last a couple weeks and he's going to give in. And I'm not saying it because he's a bad guy, because let's look at the facts here. Okay, fact number one, he is trying to sleep with his girlfriend. His girlfriend. He doesn't want to involve anybody else. Number two, she's not taking the bait. Number three, you have Luna, who's hot in anything, but let alone lingerie. The boy is going to crumple like a house. I'm sorry, but he is. Ugh, okay, that's it. I give it 6 months. Or if I'm being really nice, I give it about 3 months. If Luna keeps on with the trying to get him trained thing, yeah, I give it 3 months. All right. Bye everybody.